It is an adult stream. People are allowed to. I say it like 24/7. What? Lord. Oh no. Why is it not working? Everyone can hear my voice, but not you guys's. Oh lordy. My word. Okay, let's see. Are you working?
I'm so happy I get to play with you. It's always fun meeting new people.
Yeah, I love playing. And I'm always a gremlin too.
I am a chaos goblin by nature, so our people would get along.
Yeah.
Okay, great, awesome. I forgot to do a thing. Chris, can you say something?
Hello there.
Perfect. Nicole.
Hi!
Brilliant. Beauty.
Say something.
The
Hi,
phrase actually
guys.
something.
It has to be something. Hi, guys. So I finally managed to grab my friend Chris to do a one-shot for us. Literally messaged him 5 minutes ago going, hi, do you want to do one-shot? Which is hilarious because that was midnight for us almost. We are going to be doing a fun system called Wilderness of Mirrors by John Wick. I don't know anything about it except what Chris has explained to me, so this is going to be fun. I will do a little narration of what its little backstory, some lore about what it is set. We are in our world, so unfortunately we have to be human. Wait, here we go. Olympus gets its funding from various government intelligence organizations, the CIA, M16, NSB, G2, and others secretly supporting Olympus 7 for the sole purpose of sharing information, manpower, and resources. At least, that's what Olympus 7 tells its sponsors. But it has a special branch that operates without the knowledge of its sponsors. And that's the branch your agents work for.
Well, that's truly, truly great. Thank you very much for that intro, Jack.
Take it away, Chris.
Great. So I'm going to start off before we get going. We're going to have to generate our mission, which is always fun. But to start off with, I'd like the three of you to please take turns to introduce your spies. We generated them just before we started the stream, so let's take it away. Nicole, you can start.
Hi, guys. I get to play today. So I am going to be playing Trigger. I'm going to try for hopefully not too bad British accent there. And Trigger is a fairly short woman. She's got spiky blonde hair that is half braided on the side and half shaved on the other. And Trigger is named that because she has a short fuse. She's an angry little mechanic who is generally armed and got into the agency's line of sight due to family relations, who are much more skilled spies than she is. But she's here, and she will get the job done as necessary.
Okay, right. Jack, would you like to run?
You're looking at a very strange kind of a person, because you really wouldn't think that someone of his race would be that big. But you're looking at a 2-meter tall Asian man who's built like a fucking bulldozer. He looks harmless despite how muscular he is. Like he's the type that can pick up a whole building, but he probably did that to protect some fluffy kitten or something. And he really isn't the smartest. He does what he's told, and that's kind of how he got where he is now.
And now
he has
for
a
the
name,
brain.
Kerbi.
Kerbi.
Yeah, which is so Asian, but we're not just gonna leave that alone.
And now for the brains of the outfit, Beauty, we'd like to introduce your character.
It's our boss.
Yeah, boss lady. So, standing at slightly taller than the rest of the group is a 5'6", maybe 5'7" woman who has two like blonde pigtails that are kind of like braided. She has like big framed glasses. You wouldn't think that a boss would be so frilly and like the dresses that she wears, but this one is just so frilly. And like she like if you thought of like the German dresses, that's essentially what she's wearing.
Awesome. Great.
Also, real quick, how tall is she?
5'6".
Okay, Kerbi is over 2 meters tall, means he's over 6 feet.
Oh, I'm dumb.
No.
I'm sorry. I thought he was like a small man.
No, he tall. He tall, he big. He built like a
Gotcha.
bulldozer.
That did not compute with me. As like I stated, I used speed.
It's okay. You're taller than Trigger.
Trigger!
Yeah.
But you need to understand something important about Trigger. Trigger is short the way pit bulls are short.
Yeah.
Huh?
And Kerbi is big in the way like Great Danes are big. They're just big puppies.
I also should mention before I forget the name. Her name is not Star-Lord, but instead Starbabe.
I'm gonna call it
Yeah.
Star.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Right. So at least nobody knows anybody's real name. You just know your ops names. Great. Wonderful. Your code names are in effect. Trigger, Kerbi, and Starbabe. I can work with that. Great. Now, Wilderness of Mirrors works a little bit differently to most of the games we're going to be used to. The GM doesn't design the entire adventure ahead of time. The players start by explaining details. For each detail that they just add in to the mission, that becomes mission points that they can use during the mission to do things, to trigger special abilities, to roll extra dice, and to be just a little bit more awesome than they already are. This is why this is a lovely game for a one shot when your friend gives you a ping half an hour.
Before midnight.
Yes. Right? So this is what you're getting. Great. We're just waiting for Geets to come back again, and then we can start.
Just the beauty up and leaves.
It happens.
It happens. Welcome back, Starbabe.
Sorry, I was trying to be respectful and like I was grabbing a charger.
Oh, shame, yeah, I get that.
Sorry.
She
You're-
shaded her way off screen.
Yeah. I was trying to be respectful. I'm sorry.
You're all good. We're just like mid-thing, you're like, oh, bye.
I said I was grabbing the charger in the chat central.
Oh, I didn't see. Wait, hold on. Maybe having that up might be a good idea.
Yeah, for both of us.
Right. Unfortunately, I need to try and drive all of this chaos, so I'll need you to monitor the chat for me. At the same time, though, as we add the details, I'd like all of you to please just slip it into the chat what the mission details are. We're going to begin with my first statement. A Cold War era nuclear weapon has been stolen. That's where we start. You can now add details to who stole it, where they took it, why they took it, anybody else involved, and how you are figuring out what your sources and everybody else tells you about this. I believe you've seen enough spy movies to know this part of the story where they show you what's happening behind the scenes. This is that scene. So this is all we know right now.
That something got stolen?
Yep. An old Cold War nuclear weapon. So one of those
Cold War nuclear weapon. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes.
Okay.
So one of those old, big ass nuclear bombs. Somebody stole one.
No.
They stole it from... Who would be fun? It was being decommissioned for a museum, and it has been stolen from the American organization that has been decommissioning it, based in South America.
Okay. Cool. So that's your first detail. Would like to add something else?
Can we add a detail of it can only be retrieved by gay people?
What?
No. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, the information is hidden in a gay bar. Like,
well,
that's where the
what
lead
is your
ends.
We can have our
what is your
content.
what does your lead in the gay bar tell you?
That there's this like lady called Sandy.
Okay, cool.
Who might be more than she seems.
Okay. We don't know who Sandy is. We just know about Spacebabe. Right. So we know that the person who's brokering this whole deal is called Sandy. So this thing has reached the open market. It's an interesting idea. You've got 2 mission points already. Give me another detail.
It's going up for auction.
Oh no.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh no.
Where is it going up for auction?
Well, I mean, if the lead is in a gay bar, it'd be very funny if the nuclear warhead was going up for auction behind the scenes at a walkway runway.
So Milan.
Milan.
Cool. Lovely,
Amongst
beautiful
all
city.
the pretties.
Okay, great. So it's going on auction in Milan. Beauty, would you like to add another interesting detail? Like how and where the Sandy person is doing it in Milan?
Sorry, sexy motherfucker.
Yeah, Sandy is the sexy motherfucker setting it up. Milan is like a part of the country that's like, Ontario would be of Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the more famous cities up in the north of Italy. It's relatively close to the Swiss, close-ish to the Swiss border. Not right on it, but close-ish.
Famous for
close, famous for fashion and style.
I have something I'd like to add, but I need a player's permission to add it.
Go for it.
Sandy, by her description, sounds a lot like a very old, very close friend of Starbabe.
That would be really cool.
Ooh, can I add on to that?
Always. This is how
Oh.
this game works.
Oh.
Right.
She is the secret twin of Starbabe.
Oh.
Starbabe and Sandy are twins?
Ooh.
The drama.
Oh, right?
Look, I was just gonna go for an old ex, but that's so much better.
Okay.
Kirby's gonna be so
Right, I
confused.
love that. Okay. Anybody else? Any other details you would like to add to the mission before we start?
So what we have is that a nuclear warhead is missing. There is a drag queen called Sandy at Sandy's bar, which has a lead to it being at an auction in Milan during Fashion Week, which is currently all we have, right?
I didn't think we said that we got the lead from the gay bar, but the lead was about Sandy.
Sandy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. And Sandy is Starbabe's twin.
I'm good with that. I think that's a good start. Unless we want to add a countdown. Has the warhead been activated?
Why would you activate a warhead?
Because
How
somebody
tell me how much time you have before the auction when you land in Milan. Let's start there.
76 hours. 72 hours. Let's make it a nice round number.
I hate that.
Right. Welcome. 3 hours. You step off the airport in Milan. Right? Gets a nice chartered flight courtesy of Olympus 7. And you walk out into the tarmac and into the building itself, and there's a mass of people milling about. So, would like to tell me something about what's happening here?
Is it a private airport or is it the main airport?
It's a main airport. You just walked out from a private airplane into the main airport.
So Trigger walks to the doors. There is a backpack over Trigger's shoulder. She doesn't need to go to the roundabout. And she takes one look around like, fucking Italians. And she walks on.
The fucking Italians.
Okay. What's Beauty and Jack doing? And Kerbi doing? Sorry, Jack. What are you two of you doing? Starbabe and yeah. What are you guys doing?
I don't know if this is too early to do it, but could I use a mission point for the grifter thing?
Okay.
Wow, you want to use your once a game ability with burst off. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Who would you like to lie to?
Oh, it's for one person. Then never mind. I'm gonna keep it.
Cool, keep it. You can use it.
Yeah.
Each one of the characters has a once per game ability that they can use once by spending one of the mission points.
But remember, you can still roll your gift grifter skill, and your total lets either you dictate or Chris dictate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can roll that at any time.
That's true.
Okay. So, does Starbabe also have it, or does she have a little bit more luggage than Trigger does?
I think she would act a little bit more casual than Trigger, but not too casual, but just kind of like keeping an eye on like her surroundings.
Okay, great.
I think
And Kerbi.
Kirby's gonna lumber out the airport with everyone's suitcases. It's
Ah.
all in the trolleys in front of him, and he's got like 2 big ones on his shoulder so that he can see over the stack of suitcases.
Okay, cool. That's great. So the other 2 just start walking off, and you're right behind them as the bruiser,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. It is the specific fashion week we have is called Petit Umo. It is one of the biggest gents fashion events there, which is technically Florence. This year it's in Milan. Sorry for anybody who's being nitpicky about that. So people here are in suits, and the gentlemen look very dashing, moving around, and I assume Kirby's
Someone put
face
Kirby in
looks
a
like
suit. Someone put Kirby in a suit. Please, 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 please. Someone put Kirby in a suit. The man's
Kirby's in a
never
suit.
been in a suit because none of them fit him. But put him in a suit.
Kirby's in a suit. Congratulations. Right? It's part of your mission gear that you received.
Trigger is in
It's like his
dark-
first suit.
Trigger is in dark blue dress pants with ratty old sneakers, a white button-up, and a jacket thrown over, and the shirt is wrinkled, and you're pretty sure there's a coffee stain on the cuff.
As you're walking past a gentleman with an exquisitely couture moustache, all curled up, looks at you as you walk past and looks you up and down.
Take a fucking picture.
He's and you see him. He shivers as he picks up his little suitcase, perfect little bag, and he walks off. You know, they don't have a chartered flight. They have to wait for the carousel, and they also have a Kirby to carry things for them.
Fucking cunt. All right, where's the car?
Okay. What's Starbabe doing?
I'm assuming she's still within the vicinity of like Kirby and Trigger.
Mhm.
Yeah. You see Triggers moving at speed.
Just missioning.
I think she would casually kind of like trail behind Trigger, trying to make it seem like Trigger is the one that's like in charge and like the boss.
Ain't a big old fucking target on my forehead, okay?
Just so we're
Okay.
clear, guys, before the game started, it was like, who's the leader? Instantly, me and Nicole were like, not it.
Not it.
Beauty was like, not it.
So this is Trigger.
I still don't. This just gives me like, I still don't want to be it.
Okay.
I still love the idea of being the leader, but like, it just puts a target on my back.
Kirby's definitely gonna follow, and the guy who like Trigger yelled at, like, take a picture, right? Kirby's just gonna bend over with his suitcases and everything, and just be like, it's because it lasts longer, and then like it follows the other 2.
So I'm gonna add a little detail here, right? While as Kirby takes his eye off for a split second, right? He looks up and he completely misses the other 2, right?
Am I lost?
As you're standing there, you hear this voice coming from about 5'6", looking up at you, blonde. Looks exactly like Starbabe. Looks up at you and says, "What are you waiting for? Bring my bags. Let's go." What did I say? Let's go. One thing you notice is that Starbabe obviously changed her outfit in a split second. You've seen magic shows where people do this, so makes perfect sense.
Somebody Shanghai now, Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby just kind of shrugs and goes, you know, babe. Sorry. That wasn't
Yes,
Kirby, that
babe?
was me. You know, babe, you really need to get a snack. I'm telling you, your
We can
hangry
get a snack
episodes.
later. I need to get going. Come, we're off. Come, with me. You, over there, yes, you. She points to another biggish bruiser guy. Yes. Make sure he brings the bags straight through to our car. And you get led off in a completely different direction.
How long does it take us to realize Kerbi is gone?
To be fair, he is probably the person you go to when you guys are lost because he's so big.
He sticks out, right? Yeah. You walk out you literally just stepped outside the doors onto the road.
Oh no.
And you both are standing there, and suddenly you realize that Kirby's not there.
Dun dun dun.
I swear to
I'm
fucking
assuming
God.
we have some form of like spy technology that allows us to talk to each other at long distance.
I don't know.
The
You
phone?
tell me.
Do you guys have phones?
Swear to
I
fucking
would like
God.
to think that I've got a phone.
I think we all but
You have
like
a phone.
there's just this moment where Trigger looks where Kerbi is supposed to be. He's like, swear to fucking God, I'm gonna low jack his asshole.
Low jack. I'm
Well-
not there.
Yep, you're not there.
And we're going to go find. Are you gonna call him or am I gonna call him?
Remember, all of your spy gear is currently on the back of Kirby.
With
But-
Kirby.
But our cell phones would not be. At least Trigger's
Exactly.
cell phone would not be.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So Trigger would literally take out the cell phone and be like, tick, 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 call.
On a
The pocket
lanyard.
says,
On a lanyard around Kirby's neck, because you know that he has it hanging around his neck. His little flip phone starts playing. Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do.
I was expecting something like that.
He like looks down and he looks at who he assumes is Starbabe and goes, babe, answer the call for me. I don't have hands.
she clubs open. Yes, as she be quick. As she carries on walking, you walk into the parking
I'm
lot.
just
There's
being-
this.
Sorry, I just realized I'm being dragged after him like I'm on a leash because the lanyard's still on my neck. Okay.
Having this conversation, and the small girl's literally pulling you down. She doesn't expect to stand on her toes. She's pulling you physically down as she's walking up.
So as she answers, where the bloody hell have you gone off to?
Who the hell is this? She
What
was
the fuck
carrying
is
on.
this? What the fuck are you doing with the big lug's phone?
This is my phone. Everything I give him is
Bullshit, it's
mine.
your phone. Bullshit, it's your phone.
You're, I don't have time for this. Start loading the car, please. Thank you very
Oh.
much.
Okay.
Wait. Let- they put that phone down. Okay.
She closed the
Kerbi-
phone.
Kerbi is not a bright man. I'm pretty sure Trigger would have put something on for Find My Phone on Kirby's phone.
Probably.
Yes.
Do I need to
Yes.
roll for this?
Yeah. Tell me. Roll me your fixer skill. That's number of the sixes you roll. And if you roll 1 to 5, I get to tell you what happens. If you roll 6 to 10, I get to describe, but you get to add a veto. Basically go, yes, but. If you roll 11 to 15, you narrate and I get a veto. And if you roll 16 or more, it's all you.
Okay, let's see what comes up. It was working earlier. Why is it not working for me now?
Conspiracy.
Track your child has been installed.
Let's try this again. It's the dice thingy. Oh, I might have messaged Omega by accident. I clicked Duke's favorite instead of the Dark Duke dice. I'm like, why is this one working?
Omega's like running to find dice to roll for you.
It just says 5. Am I supposed to say 5d6?
Yep, you go exclamation mark, roll, space, 5d6.
Roll space 5d6. I use physical dice, damn it. All these newfangled technologies. I'm old now.
I'm old now.
Ding, please hold. Exclamation mark, roll, space, 5d6. Okay, the thing just popped up and said, congratulations, your Froki is now level 3. What am I doing wrong? Okay, server, right? I'm not on the wrong server.
Your
I'm on you.
Your Pokemon is leveled
appreciate-
up.
I appreciate all of you. I'm doing this old school while I figure this shit out.
Where
because this thing-
are you?
The Duke's dice!
And the roll is like
3, 4, 5. There we go. If you want, I will show you with my camera.
No, I'm fine, I trust you. You're on this crook.
3, thank you. 10, 15, 19.
you don't have to add the Dark Duke. You just put exclamation mark R. 5d6.
Okay, 9 is the next time I know. But 19.
Okay. 19, so you get to describe everything that happens.
There is
You
this,
can tell me all. Yeah.
There is this interesting moment that happens when she hangs up. And literally, you've got this tiny little woman going, did you just fucking hang up on me? And looks up at Starbabe, because Starbabe is taller. Looks up at Starbabe like, I think that they just fucking hung up on me. What the fuck was that bitch? And as looking around with this like gobsmacked, what the fuck? At another door down to the left for the airport opens up. There's a limo parked in front of it. And Kerbi, or someone Kirby's height with luggage, walks through the door following a tiny blonde woman in a big ass hat.
And you see, and you notice that, and your little Find My Kirby pings up and says,
Find my Kirby.
You say, and Kirby's busy putting all your gear into this person's boot.
I don't
Jack,
understand.
you're very familiar whistle going.
I look back, and one arm still luggaging, the other arm waving at Trigger like, I found our car.
Stop helping tourists and get over here!
But Babe wants me to put it in this car.
Yes, she goes. The woman goes in front of you. She gets into the car and she says to you, "Quick, come. We need to leave. Finish putting in. Close the door. Close the boot.
Oh, are we not going to bring...
Get in. We're not. Come. Let's leave."
Babe says... Babe's the leader, and then he just goes into the car.
Babe is here!
At this point, I would just be like, hello, over here. Yeah, over here.
Like, the door is open, the boot's shut, the door is open, he's about to get in, and he gets, like, fucking whiplash, and he's like, looks at Starbabe, and then looks at Starbabe?
Somebody else. You see a guy in the car, look at you, and pulls the door close, and the limo drives off.
He's got his one foot in the car.
Yes, and the car just starts driving. And they close the door while you're standing there, looking lost.
Can Kerbi do a thing?
Yes, of course.
Kerbi would, like, once he realized that the car is starting to drive, grab the man by the back of his collar, the driver, and be like, wait a minute. Like, I'm not in the car yet. Just half yank him out of his seat, like down through like the middle where the two seats are.
You're going to have to roll me a heavy for that.
Oh, good. That's where I'm good at.
Right. Let's see what you roll.
I say that, but the Duke hates me, so let's see. 25.
25. Well, you get to say exactly what happened.
So when Kerbi is stressed, he doesn't know his own strength. So all he really meant to do was stop the man from driving off with half his leg in the car. But he accidentally takes the entire driver out of the car. And is just kind of left there holding the man by the collar. Going, sorry. But you really shouldn't drive when not everybody's in the car. And then looks at Trigger and then looks at Babe and goes, there is another Babe in here.
How far away are we? Can we actually hear and see this stuff?
Well,
we
he's
can
yelling.
see it in a distance, but
If you guys are far, he's
No.
going to project his voice. He's like,
He's quite a distance away from it. You have to shout over the crowd, and you're starting to make a scene.
he got a big booming voice.
if you won't get us in trouble, you better do something.
About? He's still got this guy in his hand.
Seven.
I can't hear you.
I think
Wait,
Starbabe
I
would
know.
use
And then
Apex.
he's gonna put the driver down carefully on the curb, pat him down, get in the driver's seat, and drive to them.
So you put the guy down, walk around, and get in the car.
Yes.
And then get in the driver's seat and drive.
Yes.
Great. You pull up with the car.
I want to drive towards my friends.
You drive towards your friends.
Cool.
When you couldn't hear the shouting, Trigger took out the phone to dial again. So you're around your neck while you're reversing in an airport driveway. Is Baby Shark.
Baby.
It's like, you're not
This is
supposed to do that in an
amazing.
airport.
This is amazing.
Right. And with that said, Kerbi pulls up with this. It's not quite an American limo. It's more like a large town car, right? Which is really impractical for Italy, but it's theirs for people who have money. And you see he's sitting alone in this really fancy car with mirrored windows.
Wait, I thought there was another babe in the car.
Mirrored windows, we can't see her.
Oh, right.
But when you look in the back, she's not there either.
Oh.
There is another babe who told me to.
That's called a mirror, you numbnuts.
But she answered my phone and everything.
Are you
Okay.
sure?
Yeah, it was like another you.
Are you sure it looked like me? Because I know I'm beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you. Same beautiful kind of you.
Does someone have a
Nicole,
crush?
Fucking. Excuse me, Nicole? I just look over and all I see is Nicole's eyelashes going. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing?
I'm pretty sure this isn't the right car.
But our stuff's in the car, and Babe was the one who took me to it.
And Trigger literally just turns and looks at you and like, you. Fuck it. Should we just take the car?
I was with you, Trigger. You know this. I was standing right next to you as he was leaving.
What car do we expect to be waiting for us? Like, do we actually expect a car, or are we gonna get a cab?
I
You,
don't know.
you the car you're expecting just never arrived.
Well, this is our car then, obviously. Get in the car. Kerbi, get the fuck out of the seat.
Oh, good, because It's not really adjusted for someone with long legs like me, and sort of like unfolds himself out of the driver's seat. Like,
Trigger gets into the car, dumps the backpack on the passenger seat as a clear sign of both your asses sit in the back, and sits down, has a moment, looks up, and then grabs the side of the car seat, and you just see the seat go eek, eek, and lift up a little bit until
Lord.
you can see over the steering wheel. Be like, right, let's go.
And I think they would like have stilts to like help drive.
Not that short.
Not that short. Look, I'm short. I'm not that short.
Okay.
This is
Right.
amazing,
So
I
this is
love
a
it.
limo, correct? Right?
Yeah, like I said, it's not quite an American limo. It's a little bit of a shorter car, but it's still a really fancy car that's got a lot of space in the back.
I need to know, is there champagne in the back?
Is
Or
there champagne in the back?
Yeah.
yes, of course. There's a fully kitted out little bar in there.
Lord.
Is there also snacks in there?
Oh my
Yes.
word.
Yes.
There's something strange though.
Oh no.
There's a cocktail sitting there. It's just waiting in a little glass.
Mm-hmm.
Do they
No.
look suspicious at all? No?
No, it looks like somebody's left their drink there.
I will pick it up and I will offer it to Kerbi to see if he will try it.
If I will?
Drink it.
We'll try it.
Oh. Yeah, okay, I was actually getting thirsty. He drinks it.
He just
Thank
drinks
you.
it. It's really, really bitter. If you've ever had a Negroni, that's what you just swallowed.
But you know, I kind of like fruity cocktails more.
Mm.
Okay, right. So where does Trigger take everyone to, since she's the one driving and the other two in the back drinking
I'm
while on a
presuming-
mission?
I'll roll if I need to roll, but I would say that there's probably a safe house somewhere near the fashion district for us to get our bearings and get going.
Okay, great. You head through. You drive. You stop outside the safe house, and you go up the stairs. It's in the second story. It's got a good view of the street and various ways of access. It is, yes.
Trigger,
So you're settling. You're all just settling into the
yeah,
safe house.
Trigger settling in, and by that I mean sweeping for bugs.
Yeah. No, there's no bugs at all.
In the safe house.
Mm.
Don't trust these people.
It's a safe house. It's the people you work for. This
Don't
is
trust
number
them either.
7.
I want to say something, but Kirby's dumb, so he wouldn't even think about it.
Cool. Right.
Right, so what's the next step?
Kirby's unpacking from the car that we now just have.
Do we know how long we have, aside from the 72 hours that we established previously?
You now have 70 hours.
Okay.
In traffic.
It took us 2 hours to get from the airport to our safe house.
In traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez. It's fashion
There
for
are-
baby.
There are guns waiting for us here, right? Like safe house rules.
Yes, there's a gun.
There is across the dining room table, there is a spread, and there is a cloth, and there is oil, and there is cleaning of weapons and taking apart and putting together to make them more comfortable.
Cool. So what does Babe do in all of this?
I think as like the leader, she'd be thinking up some sort of plan to one, assassinate the secret spy that's going to double cross us, and then two, a different plan of stealing the bomb.
Aha, so she's busy sitting there planning.
Yeah.
So, I assume that our friend Kerbi would have unloaded everything and he's looking out the balcony because it's one of the more pleasant things to do. Am I wrong? Right? Am I wrong?
Kerbi is absolutely, now that he's got all of his stuff out and everyone else's stuff out, he's like, he's not good at planning, he's not that great with, like, well, actually, he is pretty good with guns. He is actually probably going to help Trigger with the guns.
Oh, okay. Cool.
As much as Trigger will allow him to. Which, let's be honest.
Right.
Take yours to that end of the table.
Just like, sorry, Kirby's sitting on the very edge of the kitchen counter, like this massive guy, just like...
I'm getting vibes of the Chihuahua in the big dog bit and the big dog.
Oh, absolutely.
The little dog bit.
Absolutely.
Starbabe.
Yeah.
Roll me your shade.
Oh.
Ooh. Is this for what I think it is?
I will tell you now. I will add one detail and then you can start describing and then any vetoes or such will kick in. Basing your roll.
I'm scared.
You said shade, right?
Yep.
16.
16. Cool. While you're walking around inside, you hear the sound of, and they're very faint, footsteps outside your door to the apartment that you're safe at. Now you may describe.
I think hearing what's going on outside, she'd try to discreetly grab Kirby's and Trigger's attention to the door and perhaps maybe try to get Kerbi out the door to get these hooligans out of the way.
So, so you take Kerbi and you basically point him towards the door.
Okay.
Do you tell us what's going on, or do you just push Kerbi towards the door?
I think I would discreetly try to tell you guys what's going on.
Kerbi looks perplexed. I think we have found his face. Yes. At which point the door bursts open, and in charges about a half dozen people in full Spec Ops gear. You don't see faces, you just see guns coming forward.
I'd like to point out that, as Babe said, she explained there are people at the door. The exact response from the tiny crazy one was at the door.
Oh,
so the
my
first person who walks through the
God.
door.
So you can then roll me your gun.
We're all gonna die.
It's a very angry banana, okay?
Oh no.
It worked. Oh shit. Fuck my life.
And I use Kerbi. Go ahead.
8. Ooh, so I get to describe and you get to veto.
Have you actually described to the audience how the dice roll works?
Okay, the dice roll works. We did do this before, but I'll just give a recap. So everybody's got a set of stats describing a different type of spy. That will... Let me just quickly double check my list here because I do know off the top of my head, but not that well off the top of my head. The stats are fixer, doing things with technology. The grifter, lying, cheating, convincing people of things. The gunman, shooting people. The heavy, beating people up, running, being all kinds of physical things. and the shade being sneaky or spotting people who are being sneaky. The roles are very simple. The team generated the characters before, and they've got a number from 2 to 5 in each one of these characteristics. And they then roll that number of d6s. If they then add them up, if it's 1 to 6, I get to narrate. If it's 6 to 10, I get to narrate, but the player gets 1 veto. 11 to 15, the agent narrates, but I get a veto. And 16 or more, the agents get to narrate. So, in this specific case, Trigger got 8, which means I describe, but Trigger's fate is not just in my very, very nasty hands. Trigger gets to do something. So, as the door gets smashed open and these people charge in, they're busy pointing their weapons at everybody, and taking one of them, you can see the little red dot move in and points straight on Trigger's forehead.
What?
Just as Trigger lifts her gun, pointing it straight at them. What? So, what's your veto, Trigger?
I'm just trying to see if this can actually be done in one veto or not.
One phrase? That's it.
Okay, so the veto is the red dot hits on Trigger's forehead, but as they do, our very large Kerbi slips on the carpet and the table they were sharing, and standing on this end of the carpet, Trigger goes and gets slit.
Cool. Perfect. Right. So, what do the other two of you do? And then I'll describe the bad guys again. Unless you want to describe.
I kind of know what I want to do, and Jack, I'm sorry.
Oh god.
I
Look, Kirby's here for comedic relief. Use him, it's fine.
Exactly. She will use Kerbi as a meat shield, and will pick up one of the guns on the table, and we'll use it for self-defense.
Roll your gunman and tell us what you do. Remember, there's no hit points, there's no nothing. If you want to shoot somebody, you can shoot somebody.
If you want to shoot somebody.
It's that simple. It's straightforward action movie rules.
I hope I don't accidentally shoot Kerbi.
That'll happen because you describe it.
That's a 14.
Nice.
Okay, great. So you describe it. I add a veto.
Oh,
Cool. So tell us. You start shooting.
Yeah, I think she starts shooting at whoever she can. First the guards, maybe the floor. It's very sporadic as she's not very good with guns. Not like Trigger is.
Lord.
Okay. So you go and you step behind Kerbi, and you take your gun and you start shooting. You, like you said, you're not sure. You fire a bit wild, but you hit one of the guards and they go down. What does Kerbi do? Right. We've seen this in every single action spy. What does Kerbi do?
I sat up. I'm being used as a meat shield. There are people shooting.
This is your natural habitat.
Yeah.
How many people in front
Don't
of me?
get shot.
There's about right now one guy gets shot down by Babe. So there's about another 5 of them still standing.
Cool. How are they standing? Are they clustered in front of us?
They're clustering. They're busy fanning out into the room so
Cool.
they can.
I'm gonna get to my knees, kind of like starting point. You're about to run, and then from the furthest across, I'm gonna try rugby
me.
tackle them.
Roll me your heavy.
Domino style rugby tackle them. I don't know how this is gonna go, but let's see. 17.
17. Tell me exactly how you take them down.
So, I go from one side, and you just hear a, excuse me, and then like, rugby tackles them on the shoulder by hitting their waist. So he just has like a pile of humans that he's rugby tackling into his arms, and tries to sort of like lay on them and to keep them down as much as he can.
Well, you can. What I'm going to give you is you can tackle 2 of them down because even you have physical limits.
As many as I can. If you give me 2, I'll take 2.
Well, right, you tackle 2 of them, you wrestle 2 of them down to the ground, and you're fighting and they're rolling, and you're all over the place. Is that work for you?
That's very gay, and I love it.
Cool. Right, yeah.
That's Kerbi's element. I
Right.
speak physical.
The 2 others are starting to shoot at Babe and Trigger. But they're going to, they've got these little submachine guns that are just bringing in good.
Trigger slipped under the table, remember?
Yeah. And the bullets hit on top of the table as they're trying to shoot you. I assume you're still also behind the table as they're gunning at you.
Yeah.
So you're both hiding there as the bullets are going, right? Since we started with Trigger last time, let's carry on with Trigger. What's Trigger going to do? Come on, do something interesting.
Let me roll and then I will interest the hell out of it. I have a plan. The plan is sort of maybe slightly out of my hands. 12.
Lord.
Well, cool. Yes, it is shortly out of your hands. Describe and I'll tell you the veto.
So as soon as Trigger was under that table, the plan was don't stay there because they know you're going to be there. So the tiny little thing did a leopard crawl to be behind the couch and is basically waiting for someone to stick their head around the couch.
Okay, cool. As you crawl behind the couch, right? Just lean around and you see the one guy takes aim and shoots at you, and the stuffing from the couch blows past your face.
So the stuffing blows past. I get to add 1 detail though, right?
Yeah. No, you can if you want to, but that's my veto. I only have at 1-to-1 veto.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I get to have a veto on that. Right.
Do I still get to do it? Is the crawling my action, or do I still get to do one thing?
Yes, that's your action.
Yeah, I wanted to say something.
You can always say something. What do you want to say?
Literally, as the cushion fluff goes past the face, kind of like, this is not your fucking house.
Right.
Twist.
What does Starbabe do?
Oh, so how many are still up and gear and ready to go?
There's 2 that's still up and going. They're busy shooting because you're behind the cover, so they didn't see you, and Trigger just drew their attention by crawling behind the couch.
It's safe to assume that we pushed the table over to form like a shield. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do?
Go ahead. I think she will try to push the table forward, trying to knock these other 2 down.
That's going to be a heavy. Give me your heavy roll. Tell me what you're doing. You can see how much you can describe.
That's a 6.
Oh no.
Okay, great. So I narrate and
you don't push the table pushes you.
No. It's far more interesting.
Oh no.
Right? So as you push the table over, you realize that the table is round. And as you're trying to push it, the table starts rolling past them. And the submachine guns are going and shooting at the table, with you running behind the
Oh no.
table as it's busy rolling down. What little detail would you like to add to the scene?
I think at this point, whatever guns were on the table just start like, if not already, just start spinning around.
Yeah.
Like aiming wildly.
Round, baby, right round.
Like a record, baby.
Right.
Okay, cool. Right. So what is? So now tell me, what does Kerbi do in all of this?
So the two people are wrestling around with me, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to knock their lights out.
Cool. That's going to be heavy.
All right. Just pa to the back of their skulls.
Right? Because they're wrestling. It's two people. You know, even though you're big, this is an impressive feat you're doing. You know, against strength
23.
20. So tell me how you knock them out. Go.
So-
It's all yours.
I have got these two guys on my arm, and I'm like, oh, I should knock them out. I have no hands to knock them out, so I take one, and I just went pa against the door jam.
The guy staggers back, and the face protection he has is cracked down the middle.
I take the other guy by the shoulders and like use my knee right into his face. Then after I drop them both, I just go, stay. And then I go
Right. So the scene at the moment looks like this. You've got two guys still standing, right? They're busy shooting at the table and the couch, trying to get it while they're moving into their own set of cover, right? Trying to take you guys down. And you see one of them reaches onto the side of their belt and pulls something and throws it onto the couch.
Did we see what it was?
It's a boom boom. I guarantee
It's a boom
you.
boom? Am I allowed to do a thing? Or are we going like in...
Okay, it's
in
okay.
order?
I got it. I got this. It's okay. I got it.
Right,
I'm scared.
right.
Trigger's
Right.
triggered. This
What's Trigger do?
Trigger is called trigger for a reason.
Oh no, trigger.
Fucking, I don't like this dice anymore, and I don't want to play these dice roller. I want my dice. Give me my dice.
What did you roll?
A 10.
Okay,
So
that's
I get
fine.
I get to
No,
describe.
You get one detail.
Oh, I get one detail.
60,
Okay.
62. Right. So what you're seeing is, right, the table's busy rolling your way, right?
Mhm.
And you see one of these other guys. They've now used another. Used a large potted plant as cover, and they threw a grenade at you, and it bounced on the couch, and it rolls next to you.
My veto, am I allowed to change something, or can I just say but?
But.
Because all I wanted to change was it doesn't land next to me, it lands on the couch.
No, well, it lands on the couch. Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
So what?
The thing I want to change is literally Trigger going, like seeing this land, grabs the end of the couch, because every person who's had that grandma couch in their house knows that these things have the rounded backs, and literally flips the base of the couch. So the couch goes from this to flipping like that, and it rolls back towards them.
Right.
Word.
So, as you're coming behind the rolling table, Space Bay, you see a grenade roll past.
Just casually a grenade.
While chunks of table are going, the table's getting shredded, but right next to you. What do you do?
I think after seeing like Kerbi absolutely decimating these two men,
Yeah.
and then this bomb appearing with Trigger just flipping the coach. Like some sort of board game.
Jumanji, let's go.
There's still two of them left, right?
Yeah, no, there's still two of
Yeah.
them left.
Cool. I think with the same gun that's still in her hand, Starbabe will try to aim once again at one of the two, like, still standing people shooting at
Then
us.
roll me gunman and tell me what. Then
Awesome.
you can describe how you take them down, if you take them down.
Lord.
That's an 11.
That's great. You get to describe it. I add a veto.
I think she, like, holds it out straight and aims it at one and just goes ham on, like, the trigger. Like, she's trigger happy.
What?
Right, and you take that one down, right?
This is the
Cool.
reason why nobody in the agency wants to use us.
Right. So my veto is going to be, and as you do that, the grenade rolls past the table. So now, because the table's still rolling, on the tables on the other side, when the grenade explodes,
It's a force.
and it sends you flying back over the couch, through the door leading to the balcony.
Lord.
Right. So what does Kerbi do?
Where the
There's
fuck is
one
the
person-
bomb now?
It just went off.
Oh, it just went off? Okay.
Yeah.
And someone
It's
went
grenade,
flying?
Yep.
How many folks are still, like, in the room?
What?
Just one? And he's standing by the door?
Yeah, he's hiding there using his cover. He's the one who threw the grenade.
He's hiding in the cupboard.
No, right by the edge of the door.
Right by the edge of the door. Oh, he's
Cover.
behind the
Yes.
front door.
Cover. Yes, using it as cover.
Cool.
These are stupid.
Um,
People are being violent here.
Yeah,
You're
Kerbi.
attacking people, and people are shooting at him and throwing grenades.
Yeah,
It's not stupid.
Kirby, when he saw that the grenade was gonna go fucking off, he crouches, but he crouches in a way that he's in front of the two men that he downed. And then after the boom, he goes and sort of leaps over these bodies to the door, just like lands both feet heavy, yanks open the door.
Well, the
and-
door is open.
Well,
You don't
yanks
have
it
to-
away from the man. So that
Yeah.
man is now open.
Yes, open.
And let's see if the roll will let me pin him up against the wall. So that he can stop doing damage to my friends. What is that? What did you do? Did it go? Or did it just go twice? No, it went.
Yeah, it's
okay.
12.
12.
Cool. You describe it. I get a veto.
Chat's being horny. So he's going to like put him up. You know how you have your like arm right up, so you like on your
Yeah.
tippy toes, and you can't actually really do anything else, because it's fucking painful. And he's gonna like have him like pinned by the arm against the back of his neck, so his head's also flat against the wall, and be like, "You better have a good reason for blowing up my friends."
You just hear see, and you feel this
What
knife.
did he say?
See, he's Italian, right? And
See.
you feel this combat knife
Great.
right up your thigh, very close to cutting.
Get a
Ah.
You get a very strained look, and then he just goes, "That's my first suit."
Listen, it wasn't the suit he's looking to cut, okay?
That was the only thing
Right.
Kirby cared about.
Right. So let's get back to the other two ladies in all of this excitement.
Not my suit.
So yes, he's more worried about his damn suit. Right. So we have you saw Space Babe fly over your head through the glass that leads out the balcony. That was the last bit we saw inside of this scene. What are you doing?
Babe,
What's
you're
happened?
literally, babe, you're alive?
I'm assuming I was still alive.
Tell me how you saved your own life then.
Am I ramming into the balcony or am I hanging off the balcony?
Which one do you think's going to be more fun? Roll me your heavy and tell me what happened. We'll figure out who gets to say exactly what happened.
Can I hold until after babe goes?
That's perfect.
Can I use one of the Mission Impossibles to add to this roll?
Of course.
Dice roller hates us. Jack,
It's-
you need a new dice
Yeah.
roller.
It's the Duke. What did you want?
I'm gonna need a second dice channel that's named after the gardener who actually wants to help us, okay?
Yeah. So that's 6.
6. Okay, cool. So I
Roll it.
describe and you get a Vita, right? As you went through that window, that explosion threw you quite hard, right? At least the table blocked most of the blocked the explosion from, but you went through the glass, over the edge of the balcony, and your hand just grabbed onto the edge there, and you're hanging above the ground, and you've got the street of the people. There's like a small crowd starting to form outside because of all the noise and everything that's coming out of you.
So Starbabe's looking at the ground, then back up, then back down, and she decides, fuck this, I'm climbing back in, and will try to climb her way back in.
Okay, cool. So she climbs back in, and she walks into the room where Trigger's looking at her. What you wanted to wait for the?
So, no longer in mortal peril.
No longer mortal peril, except
And-
for the fact that you start hearing police alarms, sirens coming.
Okay, so literally, Trigger, seeing that babe is alive, steps that couch that was then knocked over, steps
Yeah.
over it, walks up to where Kerbi has the guy against the door, grabs the backpack and is like, pop him in the head, where you need to go.
Oh,
Let's just see if
Okay.
the rolls will allow this though. Yes, 17!
You do it. You, as you say that, the scene the scene fades as
Aw. Kirby really
well-
wanted to say like, "Sorry, I don't speak foreign."
Do I have time to grab a bad guy's cell phone on our way down?
Yay!
don't carry cell phones. They're professionals.
Then there's us.
There's some people who don't do all of their things on their cell phones.
What? How dare you? Monstrosities.
Well, they didn't walk here or arrive on scooters, so maybe we'll see something downstairs.
Right. So as you do you go out the front door?
Oh no.
You go around the back.
Yeah. If there's a back alley, back way, back trash heap, I
Roll
don't
me shade. Roll me shade and tell me how you're doing.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, everything. Can I use a mission point, boss?
Boss!
Boss,
Yeah, go ahead.
I need a
Lord,
special mission point, please.
my word.
I hate this dice roller, Jack. I hate this dice roller.
So,
So
it's a
that'll
very
be
aptly named dice roll.
total of 12.
A total of 12. So describe, and I will use my veto.
So we stumble out to the sound of sirens approaching the building, and in the back there is this little trio who are like pointing at the building and what the fuck is going on the most teeny tiny little Vespa looking scooters you have seen in your life
Dear God.
imaginable. And Trigger seeing the 3 scooters is just like, get off.
They get off and they step away from the scooters. Right.
Lord.
And I assume the other 2 grabs the scooters as well before I give you my veto. And as they, as the 2 of them go, the scooters go. Yours goes.
Oh no.
Who's yours? Which yours?
That would be yours, Trigger.
I'm gonna need to fix some bitch. Rolling fixing really fast.
We're going to fix while on the run. Okay, sure.
Well, mine is not running. This is the problem. And
Oh,
The
no.
2 of you are speeding down the little alleyway on the scooter.
okay, I rolled a 19.
Okay, so tell me exactly what's going on with the scooter.
So Trigger kind of glances and sees one of the guys smirking, looks at the side of the scooter and is like, this thing does this all the time. This guy knows how to get his scooter working. Looks at him and like gestures to the thing going, I'm shooting you and getting arrested, or I'm leaving on a scooter. Which way you want to go?
Oh my word.
And the guy points to you of where you need to smack the scooter.
Smack, smack, smack.
The scooter goes.
Give it the percussion treatment.
Okay. So as the 3 of you go drive down, right? So this is Space Babe's turn to spot something.
Oh.
Space Babe looks back, and there's a small little car following you, trying to look inconspicuous.
Whoop.
She will face forward ahead, and as discreetly as possible, will say, there is a car following us.
Where? And he turns, but because he's turned, he's still holding the scooter, so the scooter like drives almost into a wall and off the road.
She would have been like, Kerbi, not now, Kerbi.
What? Oh, what?
What mirrors are for, you lug?
She said there was somebody.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Kerbi.
Can't help but notice there's those very big steps coming up.
Oh dear.
Right.
God.
So great. This is using equipment, so it's gonna be Vixer. So let's start with our friend, Mr. No, I'm not going to start with Mr. Kerbi because Mr. Kerbi will make me laugh too much. Let's start with Trigger.
You came in with Spies, I'm gonna give you comedy.
It's a comedy spy movie, okay?
I'm not gonna start with Mr. Kerbi, he makes me laugh too much. That's a first.
I don't know why it rolled twice.
I know, right? It is being a little weird.
So the first one was 19.
Okay. Cool. So how are you going down the aforementioned steps?
So literally just before we get to where there's this one of those massive like 50 steps from ancient times with the beautiful fountain at the bottom and all the tourists posing, taking selfies and Instagram photos. And literally just before hitting the steps, it's like, turn in this way, all the way down.
Going down?
We're going down the steps. The car can't follow us down the steps. Perfect spy move.
Trigger.
I
Right.
can name like 5 movies where that was the escape tactic, okay?
Give me space, babe. Before we get to Kirby, would you like to roll me your fixer and tell me how you're
Absolutely.
handling? Tell me how you're doing the driving now.
I do apologize, as my puppy is somewhat distracting with his squishy toys, like his squeaky toys.
That's
Um,
okay.
That's an 8.
Well, right. So you're coming. You're not driving as well as Trigger down these steps. You go digga, 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 and you lose control of the scooter just before you get to the end, and you slide sideways into the fountain at the bottom, and one of the tourists lands in your lap.
Yep. Alright.
What is your little veto? What is your detail?
Is he hot?
Yeah, is he hot?
It could be a she.
Is she hot?
Remember, this whole thing is
Tell me.
everything
Tell
is
me.
said but, and you get to add the but.
Are they
I
hot?
think they're hot. I need to know before I do this. You're okay with flirting?
Hundreds, go for it.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure you're comfy with that.
Go.
I think as soon as this person hops into the lap, she does a very Joey from Friends kind of move of, hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
And we'll continue driving with this tourist in their lap.
And tourist looks at you and goes, a lot better now.
The eyebrows.
But we have not answered the question. Are they hot?
I
They
don't
are.
know. Look, right? We'll figure the rest of the details out later. You can go all James Bond.
Oh my word. What I do for my country.
Right. And now we get to Mr. Kirby. What is his fixer?
I don't feel like I need to roll just because of how much fucking pain he's going to be in. He's a massive man. Massive, huge, heavy man on a scooter going down the stairs.
But Jack, if you roll well enough, you could literally have him get up, pick up the scooter, and run down the stairs.
His voice is going to go
Roll.
high several octaves
Roll.
after that.
Roll.
I will note these are tiny scooters too.
Yes.
I'm imagining like a trike under this huge man.
Wait, what am I rolling?
Fixer.
Fixer? Great, because I have so many points in that one. Come on, Duke. Don't be an asshole. I said 11.
Cool. So you describe and I get to add a veto.
So he's big, tall, and dumb, but he not that dumb. He knows physics. He knows what's gonna happen to his balakis if he decides to go down that thing sitting full frontal. So as he gets to the stairs, he sort of like lifts his ass up, and instead of like riding down on the scooter, his feet are just on either side and he's riding down with the scooter down the stairs.
Right. As you get to the bottom, right,
Chris is
the
never gonna
scooter
play with me
slips out from underneath,
again.
right, and goes flying straight into the fountain.
Kirby totally doesn't look slightly relieved and starts chasing after the other two.
As you're running, you hear the sound of one of those small little Fiats turning
Small little
doing
whats?
like a Fiat. It's a type of American car. They're these tiny little things.
Oh, the one without leg
And
space.
Yes. And it turns, right? But like makes the slide and stops right at the top of the of the stairs, and the person in there looks at you as we cut, and you're running off after the other two on their little scooters.
I gave him a little salute. Keep running.
Right. Cool.
Told you it would work.
He's not going to respond. He's too busy running.
5 hours.
Oh fuck. So we don't like if you guys are okay with it, I imagine them stopping at the spot where there's like literally just this little gelato stand. And the three of them have gelato. Maybe Mr. Tourist is buying it, or she or he is buying their own gelato because we're not paying for their gelato. But
No, they're buying gelato for all of you.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
them already. Tell me more about this tourist.
we're sitting at these.
How
I
does
have
he
no idea.
What
I
do
have
they
no
look
idea.
like? How tall are they? What are they
Okay.
into?
Okay, tell me. Tell it.
You want me to tell it? Ooh.
Nicole, I have an idea.
Mm.
I have a really dumb
Do you
idea,
want
Beauty.
Do it anyway.
Go for it.
So, he looks like European, dark wavy hair. He's tall. He's like got his shirt open all the way to his belly button for some reason. Very muscular. And he seems to be flirting with anyone who like. His eyes are like them bedroom eyes that your grandmother warns you about.
It is not. Don't do it, babe. You'll catch something. You'll catch so many things.
I mean,
That
I
is
already
fine.
caught one thing.
Listen, feelings is the last on the list of what you'll catch.
Oh,
Too late, I already caught them.
Fucking ban. Oh.
okay. All right. So carry on.
We're sitting at this little spot, and it's this mostly empty courtyard. There's a little gelato stand, but it's not like the hectic tourist moment that'll come later in the afternoon, so it's fairly quiet. And Trigger's kind of sitting there going, right, we've lost most of our weapons. We've lost our car. Somebody knows we're here because they knew where the fuck to find us. We have 3 little ratty-ass scooters, and we need to avoid the authorities.
Correction 2.
We have 2 ratty-ass scooters, and we need to avoid the authorities. And in about, 69 hours, this entire city
65.
65 hours, this entire city's gonna pop like a kernel of popcorn. What are we gonna do?
Kirby's eating his gelato. Pan probably feeds him a mouthful of his gelato.
It could be like this.
It's just the constant, like, spoon, and then spoon. Like, it's just constant.
Pretty much. And you know, Kirby, you put stuff in his mouth, he's gonna eat it.
How the fuck are we gonna find out where this shit is when we don't got nothing to work with?
Would it have been possible for at least one of us to grab a bag of the gadgets on the way out, or no?
You have it.
I grabbed my backpack so we can have some gadgets and stuff.
Yep.
Because I
Yep.
did
So
say
you're good.
I grabbed my backpack.
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
Yep. So you have some of your
Um,
gadgets. You're sitting and you're enjoying the sunset.
Enjoying such a strong phrase for this character.
Okay, where would you like to go?
The
You
fuck out of
you
the-
don't want to leave it to me. You've noticed what happens when you leave the storytelling to me. Where would you like to go? Tell me what you'd like to do.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
We know that it's going to take place somewhere in the fashion sector.
Yes.
One of the parties. It's going to be in one of the parties.
Yes.
We have a grifter. Maybe you can do a couple of party rounds and see whose mouth is moving about an auction, an elite auction. We'd have to get you dolled up and pretty and basically drop you off to go do your thing in a party in Milan.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna do a little bit of a montage stuff. It's montage. Right.
Gosh. Can we bring the gay man with us?
He's going with you. Yeah.
That is not a souvenir.
Yes, it is.
Why do you won't stop holding on to me? Feels bad just leaving him alone. Look. Just hanging off his arm.
End of this one shot. Historically, just gets married to this guy. I'm sorry, Chris.
It's okay.
If the bomb goes off, your new friend is gonna die.
Okay, let's get to the montage. Would our lovely grifter like to roll grifter for us, please? And tell us
Get to
how she socialized her way through the evening, lying, assuming different guises and.
I tagged you guys in a picture of Pan because I can.
Sorry, someone is distracting me. Jack.
He's hot.
Sorry. I'm gonna roll the dice now. Sorry.
The amount of sorries.
I'm Canadian. I gotta say it.
He's hot. Don't do it. You'll
He's
catch
21.
something.
He's a penis with legs, okay? He's a penis with legs.
It's code 6 on legs, darling.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the host.
And you'll enjoy it later too.
10.
So that is a 21.
Right, so it's all up to you.
Yo.
Tell us about your montage of high society.
I want to keep the horny man.
So she leaves the horny man with Kerbi, and and she, it's like that very typical like spy movie montage of like she gets dolled up, and then it's like it's that one Sandra Bullock movie where she's like a pageant spy, and it's like that scene, where she's like getting out and it's like all eyes on her sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And she makes her rounds party to party, somehow with a cocktail in hand, very boastful chatter, and makes her way eventually to the right place where the bomb is.
As you walk into the party, right? You're used to having to quickly just telephobe or walk in on someone's arm. The usual. That's how you've been handling the whole night. This is early hours of the morning, and you're all by yourself. And as you walk into the door, the maitre d' doesn't even stop you. As you walk in, he just quietly nods at you. And somebody appears next to you and goes, "Good evening. Good evening, Sonora. Can we arrange your usual for you? Your food is ready and waiting."
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
Yeah, you're a little far from the mic.
Sorry. I'm on my. I've got a new mic, so please bear with me. It's a new headset. The matriculation goes, "Sonora, your regular booth is ready and waiting for you. So it's your drink. We've been you're a little bit early, but we've been expecting you. Prego, come."
I think at that point she would send her over to the table and then would call the other two and give them directions to where she is currently.
Well, as you're walking, you're giving the pin. They take you into a private booth that has an exquisite view of this park. And sitting on the table is a small drink waiting just for you, a small glass.
Is it poisoned in any way?
You smell it.
Oh, I think it's a Negroni.
It's a Negroni. And it gives you
Ooh.
flashback. So I like a good flashback scene. Flashback to you, Paris. Your twin sister. The last time you saw her. Tell me about it.
Dun,
Huh?
dun, dun.
Yes, the last time she saw her sister, I imagine she has a Negroni in hand, and in the other hand is throwing like books, shoes, whatever have you at the sister. As they are having a very heated, very verbal fight, about something probably minuscule at that point, like borrowing clothes or something. But still very like physical on Starbabe's end.
Cool. And what does she do at the end of this fight?
I think at the end of the fight, she just splashes her Negroni on her sister and then walks away.
So as you're sitting there, right, not knowing what to do with the Negroni, this voice behind you just goes, "Going to throw that one in my face as well." As you're sitting there in the booth.
She
And
will
you
sit.
see her, she's got two big goons with her. They remind you of Kerbi, except scary.
Kerbi can be scary.
Just give me a sec.
Kerbi can be scary if he really wants to be.
Kirby a puppy, man. Kirby a puppy.
He a puppy, but he's an efficient puppy. You saw he dealt with the guys.
Sorry about that. It was a family thing. Anyways, sorry. I see her with the goons, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just sit down like across from her at all?
You sit down across from her.
Please tell me
It's
I
fine.
managed to text. Go ahead.
Yeah, you literally just dropped the pin as you sat down. And then she walked in and she slides in. As you move into the one spot, you sit down, she slides into the other side. And she looks at you. She goes, "So what are you doing here?"
What are you doing here?
Don't like that.
Throwing a couple of parties. It's what I do these days. After you threw me out. Girls gotta find work. Somehow.
I wasn't going to support you forever.
I wasn't expecting it. Shall we get you something to drink?
I think I could.
Shirley Temple,
Yeah, I think
still your speed?
Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, you son of a bitch!
Can I break character to hug Beauty? Like the player? All I hear is
Beauty, here's some ice.
Beauty, the player is enjoying this. Oh my god.
my brain's just playing the emotional damage.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot this bitch in the face.
I think she would look at her sister and just go, "That was always your style, wasn't it?"
Well, in that case, can we have two Negronis? She likes to copy me. Anyway.
This bitch.
Yo.
Right. The two of you stare at each other determinedly.
This isn't awkward at all, and I'm not even there.
Yeah, not awkward at all.
The two Negronis arrive at the table, and she starts sipping hers. She does not take her eyes off you for 1 sec.
I don't take my eyes off her either. But I also think I would try to finish the text that I was sending to the other two to come help me.
Yeah, no, you got that off in time.
Cool. Yeah, I think she would ask her sister how much the big ticket item would be at sitting currently.
Oh, you're here for the silent auction. That would
Yeah.
be so unfair of me to give you an edge just because you're supposed to be family.
Supposed to be.
Do I not get special treatment?
Oh, you'd like special treatment because you're my sister.
Yes.
Right. Please take her to the room out there. And these two big guys lean over and they pick you up. And, well, one of them can literally put you over his shoulder and just starts walking with you to the back.
And we never see Starbabe again.
Can I use a Mission Impossible to try to use my grifter ability?
Right. Go for it. What are you going to do?
I'm going to tell the guy that is currently holding me right now that he has the wrong sister.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Right, so as he puts you down in this room, he's about to lock you up, and he goes, What do you like me to do?
Just give her, the same treatment she was about to give me.
Good. And he gives you enough time, and he turns his back, and he walks over to her, and he grabs her.
Lord.
And she starts to protest. I'm not your sister, I'm your boss. And he puts her in the chair. We're gonna cut. I assume you're gonna use this as an opportunity to slip out at speed.
I like
Yes.
I like the idea that both sisters have both got Kerbis.
I love the idea that they both chose similar dresses and the guards are confused because of that.
Right, give us your... Okay, you can roll me shade, because I think that'll be the most appropriate skill to set the scene.
I'm just hoping... Ooh. Can I... How many do we have left?
Let me just double check here. You've spent two already.
Can I spend another one to get an extra D6?
Yes.
So after that, we'll have 2 left of the normal ones. There's still the special ones that you get as boss.
Yes.
Yeah. That is a 24.
Cool, tell me how you slip out.
I think she would stick to the shadows. almost being engulfed by them, except that her eyes are still there. And she just kind of like looks back and forth as she slowly like slinks away.
As you step out of the party, it is loud music and everything and lights, and that whole place behind you was back. You walk into something, and you look up into the eyes of Kerbi.
Yeah.
Ha.
Can I give Kerbi the biggest hug ever?
Cool. Kerbi will take the hug, put you over his shoulder, and take you to Trigger. Like, it's like bear hug that doesn't stop, and he just keeps walking away with you.
Trigger's right there, and as you hug
Do
Kirby,
we still have that tourist though?
Do we still have the what?
the tourist,
Tourist.
Oh, Pan?
No.
he's watching the Vespas. But like, as you hug Kirby, Trigger like side eyes you, like, if you try and hug me, I will bite your arms off.
Yeah.
That's fine. Wasn't planning on it.
What? Wait. Oh, at Babe. Does that mean I can hug you?
Yeah.
You better be talking about Babe.
No, he's talking
I'm
about
making, I
you,
love big warm
Trigger.
hugs.
I have a stun gun. I will use it on your ass and leave you here for their goons to find.
You
Now
know
what's wrong?
me.
Why did you 911 us?
You can always just tell me no instead. Trigger! It's like I don't know how to deal with this.
Oh no, I know exactly how to deal with this. This is what I do.
No, Trigger doesn't know how to deal with Kirby.
Okay.
Well, why'd you 911 us? What's going on?
Starbabe, it's you.
Oh, sorry. So the auction, I'm assuming, is still going on, right?
Pardon?
Auction?
The auction?
You don't know any. The auction is in 2 nights' time. You're a night.
Okay.
You're early here, and you've ran into her already.
Whoop.
Okay. I think Starbabe would suggest maybe finding a place somewhat nearby, that's not noticeable to the common eye, to hide for a bit.
Cool. You hide out until the morning. It's in a quiet little salon, 24 hours. The people just let you go there. It's supposed to be for all the artistic types that are here at the moment.
So much coffee.
Yes, so much coffee. And your Olympus 7 phone rings.
You in charge? You better answer that phone.
She will pick up the phone.
This voice, it's the smartphones. You see this like black silhouette of a face that goes, "What the hell just happened? The auction has been cancelled."
Okay, that sound effect though.
What? This is the first we're hearing of this?
Yes. Something apparently happens, and the auctioneer has said that the silent auction has been cancelled. Those with the highest bids would be contacted, and they may attempt to renegotiate. Find out what the hell happened. The clock is still ticking.
Yes, sir.
Kirby was like, did we do a good job?
No, Kirby. In fact, this is your fault.
What did I do?
Um,
Even Trigger feels that that's a low fucking shot.
I'm gonna put on the tragic soundtrack now. You can't see it, but Kirby's heart shattered into a million pieces. And he's still waiting for an answer.
she just doesn't give one, and we'll try to figure out. Sorry, what happened to the auctioneer? I'm assuming the auctioneer was Sandy, right? As we established. Awesome. So I know exactly where they are. I think I would try to find that same bodybuilder person, that other Kerbi that I used my thing on to. Yeah, the other Kerbi.
The Kirby doppelganger.
Hey.
The Kerbi doppelganger.
Are you telling us we're gonna kidnap a Kirby style and try and interrogate him?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be
Why
fun.
would you interrogate the Kirby?
Because it's fun and I'm ready for this. Let's
He
go.
knows nothing.
Okay, Trigger has been drinking coffee for 24 hours in a nice little salon and is now told he gets somebody Kirby-sized. Let's go.
Right.
Okay.
You can get us a fixer roll, because I assume this is going to be your thing.
Yeah, Kirby's gonna be useless,
It's your
guys.
montage time. It's your montage time.
Kirby
This one is going to take some time to do.
Noise!
If
24.
Kirby has a montage, it's just the emo standing in the rain montage.
I rolled a 24.
Nice.
Tell us. Tell us.
So, as the morning sun starts to dawn, we have been in this coffee shop for...
Of the second, you've been there now for 24 hours.
Yes, we've been there
Continuous.
continuous 24 hours. It was already late when we entered this coffee shop, so then it wouldn't be morning sun. It is early morning. And keeping an eye on the same party, or the nightclub or whatever it is, we catch the car that Sandy is leaving in, but we don't get a good glimpse of her because we're far away. And with a little spy gadget, I managed to attach a tracker to it. And Trigger has the way this car is going, letting us follow. And in the montage, there's the scene of following the car very quietly, it arriving at a hotel, she gets out, the guards get out. And within an hour or two, her bodyguard walks out of the hotel and with a little tiny fluffy yappy thing, dog, and goes to take it for its walkies in the morning. So you have this massive bodyguard and this teeny tiny dog with yappy walk at 6 in the morning going to the nearest promenade so that they can find a bit of grass for the dog to do his thing.
Okay, great. T minus 28 hours.
Right. As part of the montage, can I say that we hotwired a van and we've got a van ready and waiting for the very large man?
Perfect.
We just have to get him into the very large man, into the very small van. I wonder if candy would work. It would work on Kirby.
It would work on Kirby.
Well, come. Starbabe has dealt with him before.
Babe, you want to take
Sorry,
this?
what was...
There's the
I-
moment. Go ahead.
I think I will let Trigger take this, as they seem very trigger happy.
There's a moment where Trigger looks at you and is like, are you going to take this or am I? And holds up a taser and is like,
Dear God.
I imagine, before letting you take control, she is going to attach those little things that hook up to the car and attach them to the nipples of this guy.
My word.
we got to get him first.
Yeah. And then we'll let Trigger do her thing.
Hey, Kirby, I need a distraction.
I.
Or dancing.
What is nearby? Is there anything nearby?
You tell me.
He sees like those folding chairs nearby, you know, people just stick them on their lawn, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And he takes two and starts juggling them.
Okay. Cool. And people start to look at you.
Yeah.
Does the big guy start to look at him?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm literally just gonna try and sneak up behind him and be like,
Ooh, this is a shade thing. Real
Sorry.
shady.
So you just hear like Kirby yell like, "For $5, I'll put another chair." Man's earning money, okay.
ah, son of a bitch, can I have an emergency dice?
What did you roll?
I rolled an 8. Can I have an emergency dice, boss?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, 12.
Okay, so describe what you're doing. How you're.
So, she's just kind of like strolling up, but she is not the stealthiest of the group. She's just little. So she's not watching the juggling or relaxing or pretending. She is actively like on this guy's back, walking up. And just before she's going to tase him, she literally has the taser in her hand and she's about to pull it out of her pocket. He turns around.
Oh no.
Please tell me you tase him in the balls.
I want to tase him in the balls. Literally, the plan was just to be like, hi. And then I rolled shit.
And then I rolled shit.
So, as you're standing there, he goes, "That's not very nice." And reaches over and takes the taser from you.
It is another Kirby. Oh god, no.
I will
And he
roll it.
turns it around and he pushes the button.
He
Does-
turns around and he pushes the button.
He tases.
Can I do a tech
Tier?
roll quickly? Can I do a fixer roll real fast?
No, this is gonna be a heavy roll.
Heavy roll.
It's got to do with your physicalness.
Oh, that's a go badly. Guess what my 2 stat is in? I rolled a 10.
Right, so I describe.
Honestly, for a 2 stat, that's not bad, but.
But I get to add 1 detail.
He goes and he picks you up, throws your limp form over his shoulder, and walks off with the little doggy.
So he's got me over his shoulder.
Yeah?
So my 1 detail is that Trigger doesn't swear, which anyone who knows Trigger is a danger sign. In fact, Trigger sounds amused and goes, I've got another one, just in his back. And yes, Trigger will get zapped with him.
Oh my
Okay.
god. She's chaos and I love her.
I'm loving this character.
Right. And the two of you collapse onto the ground. Right. Anything the other two of you are busy doing, or
I think Starblade would kind of stick to the shadows again and watch as Trigger does her thing.
short while later, as they both collapse, and he gets up like a few seconds later, shakes his head, and walks off with Trigger, throws her in the back of the car as Sandy comes walking out of the hotel,
Oh shit.
looking all fabulous with everything, and the car drives off, and you watch as the car, with Trigger in the boot, drives off out of the city.
Wait. One detail. The first thing you said was he threw me in the car. Did you just say he threw me in the boot? Because I can do shit in the boot.
Yes, obviously he's giving you the boot. Shh.
Whoop.
It's like monologuing in front of a death trap. It's a requirement. Anyway. Right, so what are the two of you doing before we do a flashback to what Trigger did while they were in the boot?
I'm going to assume that they saw this happen.
Yep.
Cool. Kirby's gonna toss the chairs at that car.
And bounces down the road.
Yep. In one of those. They got my friend. Dramatic scream and running after cars.
Right. So, what does Babe do in all of this?
I think she would find a taxi of some sort to try and follow behind this car that's taking Trigger away.
You're shouting and trying, and there's just no blinking taxis even this time of the morning.
So rude.
Purely because of all of that. And your charming friend from earlier appears next to you.
Oh,
You go,
Pan!
yes.
What
And
does
he
the whore
smiles.
do? I mean, what?
And he smiles at you, and he goes, and he whistles extra loud, and a car pulls up. You go, and he opens the door for you. And he says,
Is Pan a secret
she-
agent?
Is Pen the Italian contact?
Oh my god.
See?
And he just landed in your lap? Brilliant, love it.
and he looks at you, and he goes, "Buongiorno.
Bonjour.
We've been expecting you. However, we do not expect the three of you to be this incompetent. What do you?"
When he says that, Kirby just like scratches the
Hi.
back of his head and just go, "It's all my fault, really."
This motherfucker is so lucky I'm in the boot of a car.
Right. And he goes and he looks at you, and he turns to there's another man sitting in the car next to him, and he goes, and he speaks English for your benefit, and he goes, "Do we have the drone on them?" The guy goes, "See." Well, no,
Sorry, do we have to what?
He asks, "Do we have the drone on them?"
The
Drone.
The drone,
Yeah.
there's a
drone.
following the
Yes.
car. So there's a drone.
And then
tracking it.
there's a drone.
Okay.
There's a drone quietly following behind. So he looks at you.
And that,
Yeah.
yeah, she would be like, yes, there is a drone, and she would give him the information he needs.
And everything's in place. You're sitting there and you're watching the clock go down slowly, excruciating.
Can't Kirby do a thing?
Right. Yes.
Kirby's
course.
gonna go sit next to Pan. And be like, I really hope this doesn't come across rude, because I've been told not to trust strangers even if you have fed me gelato. So I just have a question. Do you have any identification to show that you are our contact here?
Flips out the card, flips it back.
Gonna look at it like he knows what he's seeing. Okay. Do you know how to get our friend back?
Well, let's first understand what's going on, and then we can do something about it.
The big guy with
My Italian's terrible.
the big guy with the small dog took my friend and put her in a boot.
I know.
That's the situation.
And it was the worst decision of his entire life.
Right.
Oh no.
So, he takes you through to a little field office / safe house. And they're busy watching, you're busy watching the drone, right? And about an hour later, the little car drives into this estate. Beautiful vineyards and everything, and this ancient villa with a gorgeous view. It drives all the way to the south into Tuscany with the rolling hills and all the vineyards, and it sits there and it's got this lovely view out over into the middle of nowhere. And he goes, "At least we now know where they are." So,
Vineyard?
Yeah.
Oh.
What does Trigger do in all of this?
It's been a fairly long drive, hasn't it?
Yeah,
You're gonna need me to roll a fixer for my plans.
of course. That's the kind of plans you like to make.
It is though in this case because those bastards threw me in the boot. Which I appreciate. It could have been worse. It could have kept me in the car with them. Okay, total 16.
Okay, you get to describe everything.
See, Trigger travels with that backpack for a reason. And lying in the boot, feeling around for all the things, finds a couple of items, including the compressor that gets the trunk to automatically lift and drop on these luxury cars. Very
Yeah.
handy thing. So is, the spring that's loaded there, the wires that come out of the rear lights. There's a couple of tools next to the spare tire. There's things that we can do things with. And so during this whole car, Trigger has been playing a game of how can I fuck up your life?
Oh my god.
The collection has included the teeny tiny sticky explosives have all basically been set up and are lined up underneath Trigger's belt where they can slip them onto and attach them to anything wherever they end up.
Jesus.
The compressor of the car has been rigged that 20 minutes after the boot opens, there's going to be a big bada boom and this car is not going to be a car anymore. It's going to be a pile of scrap metal. There is a wrench up Trigger's sleeve and at least 2 Allen wrenches in the Trigger's pockets. And the wires for the boot have been detached and basically a one-shot makeshift taser has been smuggled into the boot. Trigger's boot, not the car boot.
Okay,
Trigger been busy.
cool. And what do you do as the vehicle stops?
As the vehicle stops, Trigger kind of like angles their body and waits. Because the second that boot clicks, Trigger's going to kick the fuck out of the lid to get it to hit whoever's opening the boot and is jumping and running. Whether or not they get
Okay.
away, don't know, but that's the plan.
Okay, cool. And you go and you kick. Give us a nice heavy since this is.
I'm not that good at heavy, but we'll try.
Channel Kerbi.
11.
Okay, you get to describe and I get to veto.
The very, very large man who threw Trigger in here because of the stun gun has a personal sentiment of I'm going to teach this little bitch a lesson. And opens that boot hoping to do the Loomy scary thing and gets clocked in the chin. Stumbles back. Trigger jumps out of the car, lands on his ball sack, and takes off into the nearest vineyard because that's what's in front.
Okay. Cool. You run. And you look at it and you see a large barn, and that's where you decide to run into.
Is there weird noises coming from the barn?
And we're gonna cut there from.
My life vineyard.
Is there a weird noise? And we're gonna come back.
There's no
Right.
reason for a vineyard to have a barn.
Is there like a rhythmic thudding sound in the barn? I'm.
Right, coming back to the other two. Right, so
Nicole hates me.
two of you sit there with him, and he is busy looking the two of you up and down, and he goes, "So, tonight is the night. Tonight the auction should continue. Our spies in one of the groups that are still allowed to participate. Top 3 bids have informed us that it will be happening on that wine estate. It must also be where they're keeping the bomb. Are you going to redeem yourselves, or should we take over?
I want to kind of redeem us, as I think we still have a chance.
Kerbi just like shrugs and says,
If we're still here, you must have brought us here for a reason.
Good. We will be back up.
Ah. And smiles and looks at with Babe and just goes, "We're the meat shield."
No, you're the meat shield.
Right. So, what are your plans?
I'm gonna live action Rambo across this vineyard everywhere I can to cause as much problem, shit, and chaos as I can.
No, you're in the barn right now.
I mean, those are my plans. And if that is what I'm doing, that's what I'm planning.
Yes. that is good.
I'm gonna look for places
Go ahead.
slash buildings slash locations that you could possibly hold things.
There's a massive villa, there's the barn, everything like that on the prime premises.
I'm not gonna metagame and say I'm gonna go for the barn.
Can I metagame and say go to the barn?
You can always figure a way out to get there and do your thing.
Yeah, I'm. As we could tell, I'm not good at planning, and me being the leader was a bad idea.
It's been fun.
Again,
Well,
Right.
you would know your sister better than anyone, so
This is true.
what do you think your sister would do to
Yeah.
try and work around that?
Kirby's just gonna point out all the places that he finds that could possibly suit the location. That this thing could
It's like-
possibly happen.
If you can sneaky
he's
into
like-
the villa,
Looking at the grapes, the fire pit, the grass, the literally places that you wouldn't think would have guards.
yeah. You map out that she's got a small mercenary company and guards out here,
Whoop.
keeping an eye on things. Right. While you're thinking, we're gonna cut back to Trigger.
Oh no, Trigger.
Trigger walks in, and it's one of these large, ancient barns. These massive wine barrels and everything. And as you're standing there, one of the wine barrels opens up, and people walk out and they look at you.
don't suppose you got a good red.
The one draws they draw their weapons on you. What do you do? 3,
Dive,
No.
dive
Two,
behind a barrel. Dive behind a big barrel.
they start shooting at you.
What's wrong? You prefer white?
Okay, roll me gunman.
Gee, I don't want to shoot. Those explosives I was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm going to literally just try and stay mobile, planting them all around the place.
Oh
So
no.
it's- The whole thing is Trigger is going, I want you to think I'm trying to escape. Meanwhile, I'm planting shit to blow up this, whatever this is.
Trigger, no joke, terrifies the fuck out of me. Like,
So what should I roll for that? Thank you.
That will still be something like heavy, since you have to be physical for it.
Okay. Can I use one of the normal mission points?
You still have one left, unless your glorious
Okay.
leader wants to give you some of her personal stash.
Go for it.
I can roll 3 dice this time. 13.
13. So tell me what you're doing.
So literally, like I described, Trigger is very smart. So the plan is to make it literally look like dodging bullets, trying to get away, trying to sneak away. But every place at key, look like if there's a pillar or a support pillar or something, or under one of the big wine barrels, Trigger is busy planting these tiny little explosives that are
Right.
designed to cause maximum, make the building fall down when I give the fucking signal. And that's the plan, is just try and avoid, get through as much as you can, and if you happen to be able to get away, that's nice. But at this point, we're going for maximum chaos.
Okay, as you plant the last one, and you get outside and you hit that little button. You hit the button, and you're starting to smile to yourself as this thing goes boom. And this hand just gets put on your shoulder and picks you up.
Oh, no.
Like literally hanging there, just fuck. Turn and look. Is it Dog Boy?
Yep.
Dog boy. I
So-
shook them.
I don't want you to take the ball shot personally. That was an accident. Nice. I deserve. But the ball shot was an accident.
I
And he
shook them.
walks. Right. Cool. We cut out. You fade out. You don't know what's happening right now. We get to the two of you. What are you going to do to rescue your friend? There's lots of people starting to arrive to set up for a party and event at the place. And
Alright, so we can see that there's activity there now, right?
yeah,
Before Kerbi runs off, because that's exactly what he's planning to do, gonna grab... Where's Pan? Is
He
he
left
still
you alone?
nearby, or did he leave?
he left you.
He's
Do
back
I
up.
have his contact details?
Nope, he calls you. Nobody in the organization gives you their contact details.
Yeah, but we did have like a whole happy montage with gelato eating, so I was curious. So he goes, he looks at Babe and goes, "Do we need another destruction?"
I think we do.
Oh, okay. Great. Remind me again what's happening? Like, what are they setting up stuff?
Yeah, it looks like when you're looking through the drone footage that's got there, the little drone's about to run out of battery as well.
Uh-huh.
You see people starting to arrive for a party. Well, starting, the catering staff and all of that.
He's still wearing his suit. He's gonna go over to one of the tables that has a tablecloth and whip it off.
So you're going through to the farm.
Oh
You're
yeah.
going to the villa.
Yes.
Okay, so the two of you look like you belong as some of the staff that's busy setting up, I assume.
Yes. And he's gonna take one of the tablecloths and whip it off, and if there is like a glass of wine or something, he's gonna look at
Yeah.
it and be like, in a very pained way, pour it on himself. Like the most careful little dabbing of alcohol, red wine on his sleeve, and then start scritching. Ah!
Okay.
Do you know how expensive this suit is? At the Mercators. And he's just gonna make a massive, like, hullabaloo to try and get as much attention on him as possible.
And what is Starbabe using while this is going on? What are you doing to find what happened to your friend?
I think she would get. I'm assuming she can get context clues of something going on at the barn, so she would try to go there to see if her tiny angry friend is there.
You're using this to sneak off. Give us a good shade there and tell me the state you find the barn in.
I think the roll the dice first is fast.
Your signal went completely wonky. We didn't catch that.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Your phone might be
Awesome.
overheating.
it might be. Anyways, I'm gonna try to press on.
What
like I
you're
said,
on your shade?
It was the 16.
Okay, so tell me exactly what you find there.
So I imagine the barn is kind of thumping around, almost like there's a party within, except that it's not.
Okay. As you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead.
As you get to you go and you see that there used to be a hole inside to this barn, and what's making that hole like a party noise in the middle of the day, because this is when you snuck into the place. There is this large machinery that controls the lift going down. But you can see there's like this black hole where there used to be a lift, an elevator. And there's this machine that as it goes up and down with the elevator, it goes sounds like this whole beat as it goes up and down. Because somebody messed it up.
Nicole's giggling.
Are you going to go there on your own, or are you going to...
Well, I mean,
gonna
Kerbi's
wait
making
till-
a fuss right now, so...
Yeah, she will definitely try to go alone, trusting that Kerbi is able to hold the distraction.
Okay. Cool. As you go down, right? It opens up to this large underground cavern with what looks like an underground river. And in the wall, there's like all these machinery and things, and this large crate sitting there in the middle. Hanging from a hook in the middle of the room that you can see used to be the old mechanical elevator before they installed the fancy elevator, because this used to be a cellar of sorts. It hangs Trigger high up. And you walk, and as you're looking at this, you notice that there are actually guards patrolling down here. There's quite a few.
I need to point out, unless they gagged her, it is not quiet. Trigger is making loud
No,
noises.
she would have. The moment she makes a noise, she gets gagged. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Lord.
And nobody got time for that.
Jeez.
I just imagine
What
it's
are you
a
gonna
string
do?
of persons.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So what are you going to do?
I think I will stick to the shadows. Going in a direction that kind of evades the soldiers a bit, and I will try to see if I can get Trigger down.
Okay. As you're moving around, right, you see there's a table, and you see Sandy sitting by the table with three people. You've got no idea where they're from, but they look like they're wealthy. What are you going to do?
I still have that gun that I said I had earlier in the game, right? Okay. Assuming that there are bullets left in it, I think I would
Oh, no.
take Sandy kind of at gunpoint, like the shadows, like the hands extend out of the shadows,
Roll me
gun to her head.
a shade. Let's see if you can describe it this way, in all of this detail.
That's a 13.
Cool. So tell me what you're doing, and I'll use my veto.
Again, the hands extend from the shadows, gun to Sandy's head, and Sandy just kind of retracts to the shadows.
You look at the others, and they go, "This is not what we agreed to." You see the three of them are the three guy people stand up, and their bodyguards draw their weapons. And the lights go on.
Sorry, the lights go out?
Go on.
Oh.
You're standing there in the spotlight. They're seeing double you with a gun. And you're looking at, well, at three criminal masterminds with their goons and a bunch of mercenaries looking at you.
I think at this point, Starbabe would say, yes, you have found my twin, the wrong twin. This is actually Starblade. I'm the Sandy that you wanted all along.
Lord.
Sheila, Sandy goes, that only works so many times, Emily.
Woof.
Does it?
At which point her goons go, yes.
About.
Okay, would you like to do us a shade thing to try and tell us how you're escaping?
Yeah, I would love to roll a shade.
No. I'm sorry. I forget people can't see my eyes. Trigger, roll your shade to try and see if you can escape. Because your friend is downstairs busy being looked at in an interesting way that inspires you a little bit to try and get out of there.
How dare this lady legal name my friend? How
13.
dare?
Legal name.
13.
13. Okay, so you get to describe and I'll make my veto.
So before they managed to tie Trigger to these chains, remember I said that there was a couple things smuggled into pockets in the boot? So Trigger manages to wiggle out a lockpick and has been picking this thing but struggling. And as soon as she hears Emily, she's like, pick.
Bish did not.
Everyone's distracted. This tiny little human being starts swinging, aiming, and she's gonna land on somebody that is gonna cause she's gonna land on one of these three important people.
Okay. Okay, right. As you land, would you mind landing on the desk, on the large table they were sitting talking around?
Is there a gun on the large table for me to pick up?
Of course.
Then I will happily land on the large table so I can play spray and pray.
Yeah. As you said, because my veto is at that point, Kerbi comes walking in with somebody carrying a large bunch of crates because somebody convinced him that this was a really good idea.
A really good idea to go in.
To help out.
Oh,
because you're yes, because they very quickly figure out that you were just going on about things, and without somebody telling you what to do, eventually you start following orders again.
Listen, as long as you clean up the stain on my jacket, I'm pretty happy to help out.
Right. So you're helping.
Someone
You're
vanished my
helping somebody
jacket.
move. Right. You're standing there,
Uh-huh.
and you see Trigger on the table in the middle of the room.
Uh-huh.
3 people looking all important and stuff with their goons having drawn guns.
Okay.
Starbabe is standing there twice. One version of herself has a gun pointed at one of her,
Uh-huh.
and there's a large box in the middle of the room.
Hey.
A large wooden box.
What was I helping with bringing into this room again?
I don't know, you tell me.
Okay, just sits down the table. Table, chairs, scooters. I just pick them up and put them down. And look at Trigger. Look at the 2 star beauties. And go running towards the box.
You're running towards the big box.
I'm gonna run after the box and run out with it if I can.
The box is it's too big even for you to lift.
Damn it! How big a box are we looking?
We're talking about a box as tall and as wide as you.
Oh no, I can't do that. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know
Tackle
about
it.
I don't know about the beauties. The beauties look. I can't decide which one is which, but I know Trigger. So, is Trigger surrounded?
Yes, Trigger surrounded.
Brilliant, awesome. Just goes, hey Trigger, jump, and then takes this desk table thing that he was holding and frisbee it at them.
I assume you want to use your heavy ability.
Hey, he's good at one thing.
Yes, no, but remember the special ability you have?
Taking out 10 people with one shot.
I want to do that.
Right. You throw this table and you take down all of the big guys, all 3 of the people, and it lands right in front of Starbabe. And Trigger doesn't have to pull a trigger. Something that Trigger now can see, because she's not above the box, is on the box there's this large sign these large stamps on the side saying warning, radioactive.
Whoop.
How far out of the city did you say we are?
You're about an hour away from the city.
Big estimated blast we're looking at.
You'll get to the city.
Like the edges?
I don't know, you tell me.
Let's see how this goes. How many
Right.
hours left?
Well, you have found the device, so now it's 0 hours. However, as you're standing there wasting time, Sandy, currently with a gun to her head, uses the distraction to elbow her sister in the gut.
Whoop.
How do you react to that, by the way?
I think out of absolute shock, pulls the trigger. I don't know, it kind of goes up and the bullet kind of shoots out.
Okay,
She
cool.
just killed her sister.
No. The sister avoids, and her sister steps back. She picks up one of the guns and she starts pointing it at all of them. She goes, "You're not going to stop me. I was going to be rich."
Trigger
Were
steps
you?
behind the very large bomb.
What?
Trigger steps behind the very large bomb.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing in this room that you're not going to want to shoot.
Who says somebody will not shoot at the thermonuclear device? Right. Who's going to do what next?
I'm going to try and crack the crate to see what the timer says.
Okay.
Just gonna. Hey, Trigger. Which one's ours?
Is there a way to tell them apart? Like you're wearing.
I
Wait.
think the OG would still be wearing that very elegant dress from the previous montage she had.
Okay. Right, she's still wearing the fabulous dress. Okay.
Yeah.
The dress is ours.
Okay.
Is her
Yeah,
sister
the one
also
in the-
wearing?
Yes, her sister's also wearing a fabulous dress.
I'm a little busy, Kerbi. Figure it out.
Sorry, beauty. And then tackles them both.
Oh no!
Roll us heavy.
Lord.
What could possibly go wrong? Take the job, they said. It would be fun, they said.
A 19.
So tell me how you tackle both sisters now.
Around the waist. Literally
Both
just.
around. Okay. You get both of them pinned down. Go. Let me go. I'm the real one.
No, you talk
No,
it
I
out, the both of you.
No!
Just- Definitely from the same family.
Okay. Right. Trigger, you open up the crate, and yes, that is the bomb.
And the timer.
There is no timer. It is just a really, really big bomb.
But it's not active.
It's large, lead encased ball. It's the inside of the warhead. And as you're laughing, you know that horrible sound that the lift makes because of you?
Uh-huh.
It does that, and the door opens up.
Ah, shit.
You see Pan walk in with a bunch of guards.
Her
Pan?
god? Her gods.
Yeah, this guard. Yes.
His guards
your
or her
fav-
guards?
Was Pan. I thought Pan with a hairy chest. Your favorite.
He works for the organization we work for. So is it with?
Yeah.
Okay.
He walks in and he looks at you and he says, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much for catching Sandy for me." And as he says that, you notice some of his goons are literally hooking something under a pallet to a forklift on the pallet, and they start moving the forklift into the lift. He looks at you, and smile.
Why is the tourist here?
Why he sus? I mean,
Look-
that wasn't Kerbi.
Where
Oh.
are you going? Why is the tourist taking the nuke?
Because he's part of the organization. And Chris, can I do something that is going to make the party hate me?
Do it.
Lord.
Can I shoot Kerbi?
Roll me, gunman.
Why would
If
you
Alright.
there's any,
Kerbi?
if you instead of me narrating, Kerbi gets to narrate if there's any narrating or veto.
I'm sorry, there are secret DMs that happened.
Kirby's the traitor? On purpose? Gotta be by accident.
Good roll.
He's getting shot for what?
Because Kirby's the traitor.
That's a 10.
Cool. So Jack gets to describe what happens, and you get to veto one thing. You get to veto an added detail instead of So you say what happens. You can describe the scene. Please go ahead.
Okay, sorry. What was it that you wanted to do? You wanted to shoot Kirby?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm drawing a blank. Chris, can you help me out here? Because I don't actually
Cool.
know.
Right. So you draw the gun, and you point the gun at Kirby, and Kirby turns, and Kirby, the normal, friendly, happy smile that Kirby has, changes.
Oh,
As he dodges out of the way of your gunshot. You may add a detail. Since you gave me the right to narrate for you,
it's not going to be very useful in game. But I definitely think makes sense for Kirby.
yeah.
Having no idea what's happening. There's tears in this
Yeah.
man's eyes.
Okay, right. What is your veto from Starbabe's side?
So I think the veto is she tries to aim for, a vital organ, but instead aims for the foot and shoots the foot.
So she
Okay,
tries and she fails to hit
She
a
tries to
vital organ.
shoot Logan, yes, and she hits you in the foot.
Okay.
Right. As you call him so politely, the tourist steps into it. You go, "Thank you very much. Hydra will pay well for this." And
Mother.
pushes the button, and the
Mother.
doors closes.
No. I'ma get this motherfucker so bad. I'ma get this fucker. No.
And right there is where we're going to cut and say, "To be continued."
Hey. No.
Yo.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Since
I
when
Sorry, I
were
like-
you the traitor?
I'ma kill this Italian motherfucker so bad. I'ma kill him so dead. I'ma hurt him so much.
Right. Okay. I hope you all had fun. Everybody watching had fun.
You just made this a 2-shot.
Yes.
Dear God. Okay. Well.
Right.
To shoot Kirby.
Alright. Thank you for that. I'm not traumatized. I have.
Don't do anything mean.
Your future ex-husband left us here to die.
I wanted to invite him to gelato.
Damn it, my car bomb
I
didn't
was
go off
gonna
yet.
marry him.
Well, I mean, you still could. Hydra likes you, bro.
I could. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Kirby.
Kirby has
I knew you were.
tears.
You were what?
Kirby has tears. He cried.
I'm
You
sorry, Kirby. You
Listen,
had
you're
to
gonna
go.
shoot him. I'm gonna make you feel bad about it.
I don't feel bad.
Aye, that's
Yeah.
concerning. You should probably talk to your psychiatrist about that.
At least you all seem to have fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh my god.
If that thing hadn't disappeared, I would have shot that bomb so fast just to see that guy's face when it goes boom. We can die. It's fine. We're underground. We'll be fine. Blow up Italy to just get the one fucking Italian.
Chris, just know I'm in pain from smiling too much.
Lord.
That's good.
Alright, I think that's good since this is going to be a to be continued. I wasn't expecting that, but to be continued.
I think it's more. It suits the genre and the tropes of the genre.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jack, I need regular game like this. It was so much fun.
I think my favorite part of this was absolutely just Chris going, "You're too funny, you go last."
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Kirby was
don't
so
think
cute.
Nicole's actually seen me play a funny guy before. So that was fun.
Yeah, no. Nicole's been tortured by me enough.
That's fair. All right, we are going to hop off. We're going to go to be right back. Oh no, we're going to go to our thank you page, and we are dropping you off at Stealthy Elf Productions, which is a TTRPG game. Friend of mine. They're growing. They're small. Would love all the support. And yeah, thank you again for our last minute one shot. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Wait, hold on one sec. Also, if you want to see Chris on this line playing more games, let me know. Let me know if you want to see me be traumatized more by this guy. Okay, bye.
Yes.
You guys okay? Doing good? Oh, I love Trigger. What the hell? Where'd you been keeping her? I love her.